EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchard here with your outlook for the weekend, February 8th and 9th, 2020. Well, it's going to be a much nicer day today compared to yesterday. We had one heck of a storm come through here across the region yesterday morning and early afternoon, and some of the lowest recorded pressure measurements that we've had since Hurricane Sandy in some areas, and that was true in both Lancaster and Allentown, as it seems the low went right over both locations. Allentown Airport actually got down to 28.82 inches of mercury, which is 976 millibars, as that's a very strong storm moved over the region. And we had a situation where we had severe thunderstorm warnings in our eastern and southeastern sections of the coverage area. Even a tornado warning was issued for northern Delaware. And at the same time, we were getting rain changing to snow from State College over to Williamsport. So it was pretty nuts. Areas that got severe thunderstorm warnings actually had some light snow showers move through during the afternoon. Didn't really stick too much, but we did have some light snow showers moving in during the afternoon. And the interior got some accumulating snow as we projected. It actually worked out pretty well with what we were projected in the snow maps. No snow today, except we will watch this weak wave coming through overnight. We're actually looking at partly cloudy skies today. Temperatures near average for this time of year, so mid to upper 30s for most, a little bit above 40s further south and east. And then it's going to warm up a little bit tomorrow, but a couple by about 4 or 5 degrees. Here's that little weak wave overnight. Not really too much to write home about here. Maybe a few snow showers here and there, but it will be enough maybe just to give a quick dusting on the ground, and that's about it. So I would not be excited about this. This would be later on Saturday night into very early Sunday morning, and then we become partly cloudy during the day here on Sunday after that threat passes, if you want to call that a threat. The next system that's coming in will be Sunday night and Monday. Now, this is going to have to be watched here for some snow in the northern half of regions, mainly north of 78. Some light snow coming in here late at night, and it's at a time when it's colder at night, so this can certainly stick on especially up here closer to I-80, which is where it's showing some light accumulating snow. But then this is going to turn to rain everywhere on Monday as the sun rises. It'll still be cloudy, but as the sun rises, this will all become just regular rain showers here. So maybe an inch or two up in the far northern areas, maybe 3 if you're lucky, but looks like that's going to be closer to I-80 for that to happen. If we need a snow map for that, we'll issue that over the weekend, but right now it does not look like it's going to be a huge deal. And right now this is looking at later on Monday. We have a cold front that's going to be coming through with this particular system. Is going to be slow to move through, though, and there could be still isolated or a few scattered showers for our southeastern areas here on Tuesday until the front completely clears. It's going to push through on Tuesday night, so we are going to get colder behind this system, and temperatures are going to drop for Wednesday, but we are returning to partly cloudy skies here on Wednesday. Actually, a pretty nice day here on Wednesday with temperatures maybe just a hair above average, but pretty close to it. So once we get to the next system, which is going to be coming in Wednesday night, this is another one of those overrunning situations, but the models are not agreeing right now on the placement of these features. Now, if you go by history of this winter, it's easy to say, well, it might start as snow, but it's going to go over to rain. You'd probably be correct, and that's what the European model is showing here. Some onset snow, especially for the northern half of our regions, but that goes over to rain and pushes away. GFS, however, is doing something different, and I will say the European model was way, way, way inland before, and now it's come further south. So we still have to watch this period very closely for a thread-the-needle possibility for some snow on the north side. It's possible. Not probable yet, but it's still possible. Something we still have to watch for all of our storm signals going forward. This was one in particular that we were watching in our long-range outlook that I listed yesterday. So with this boundary that we were talking about being close by, there's a gradient in between here. Okay, wherever that gradient is, snow is to the north of that, rain's to the south. If that ends up being a little bit further to the south, even by a little bit, it can make a difference of accumulating snow or not. Now, of course, that's going to favor the interior locations, northwest of I-95 for getting any kind of snow. Southeast area, luck's probably even slimmer than that. Okay, so, but there are chances for that. All right, and if we look at the wider range of the national map here of the same time frame on the European model, you can see this is what it looks like, and the reason it's not that far south is because high pressure is sitting way up here. Okay, so you got kind of like a banana high or whatever, but it's sitting up here like this. and it hasn't moved far enough south to get this gradient to move south. If the gradient moves south, low pressure, instead of being over Kentucky-Tennessee border, is down here, maybe over northern Georgia instead, and heading out this way. Okay, and then you can get snow in our region if that were the case. Okay, it's not showing that. GFS, however, is showing that. And the reason it's doing that is because the high is a little bit more progressive. The high is down here like this. Okay, so it's a little bit further south. Big high pressure here. So it forces the boundary further south. So your gradient instead is down here like this. So north of that is snow, and south of it is rain. So we have to keep an eye on this. This is not something we can just say, okay, well, it's probably going to be just like everything else we've had so far, and it's snow to rain. Most likely that is correct, but it's still close enough that we have to watch. And I don't want to trust the GFS necessarily. It might be a little bit too progressive with the high, which is a bias of the model to do so. We'll see. Okay, it's just something we have to track. I'll have next update with that on the Weather Weekly video on Sunday if it's still there. I do see the storm signal there, and then of course we listed it in the long range yesterday, but whether this is rain or snow is still up in the air. Either way, after that system exits, we're going to remain cold here on Friday, but we return to partly cloudy skies to end the work week. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for the weekend, February 8th and 9th, 2020. Have a great Saturday and Sunday.